Commissioner Barrett, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Sure. Lord, as we come before you today, we pray that you watch over us, lead us, and guide us as we do the people's will today for the service court. We pray that we do it to honor you and glory you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I would like to ask our 4-H sharpshooters to lead us in the pledge, please. Up here.
Come on right up here, y'all.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Just millions of people watching you.
Yeah,
That's good.
this thing's way out there.
Real far away.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all.
I would say all their friends would be watching, but I'd say that's probably not the truth.
That's a big stretch.
I'd like to call this Marshall County Fiscal Court September 19th, 2023 meeting to order. The first item on the agenda, we have several guests here today, but the first on the agenda, the Marshall County 4-H sharpshooters, and Commissioner Barrett's going to tell us a little bit about that, why they're here today.
Yeah, we recently just went to state, and we've got a wonderful bunch of kids. Not only they're just good in general, but we went up there and several placed individually and team. I think all our teams placed. And to tell us more about that is our coordinator, Misty's going to come up and tell us about it. And she is very excited.
She looks excited. She looks pumped.
I'm not a public speaker. So, yes, I am the coordinator for the sharpshooters group this year. We had 67 club members, we have 11 coaches, and we have 2 team coaches this year. Most of our coaches, I guess actually all of our coaches, are parents. It's a very involved group of parents, and we definitely couldn't do it without them. Our main focus is always safety, teaching these kiddos how to handle the bows and the guns that we use, and also to increase their skills and to do well at competitions, which they do. So we have archery, pistol, rifle, and shotgun. We had 2 shoots this year at the Calvert City Gun Club that we were able to host, and I think it's been a really great year for the kiddos of learning and growing, and they are an amazing group. So for the state competition, we traveled to Wilmore and Berea. It was Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and 10th of September. There were over 1,000 individuals that were registered for that event. 700 competed on Saturday, and 483 competed on Sunday. We took 22 participants with us from Marshall County, and were able to form 11 teams with those 22 participants. For trap, we have to have 5 for a team, and for all the other disciplines, we have to have 4 for a team. And of those 22 participants, we had 12 individuals to place on their own, first, second, or third. And we had 10 of our teams to place first, second, or third at state. So they did an amazing job. They really show teamwork. I saw it over and over all weekend, and that is one of our main things that we love to see. And their friendships have grown and just really encourage each other and do really well. So very proud of all these kiddos.
I just want to say, as a coach, which this is my last year coaching, I'm retiring after 8 years, but it's been an honor. It's to watch these kids, to see them when they first come in at 9 years old. They can go from 9 to 18. They got 3 groups, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, 15 to 18. And like she said, they do. They get to be friends, teammates. They learn responsibility, and it really shows. And when we take our Sea of Blue to other competitions, we get complimented on our kids at every shoot we go to of how respectful and how nice they are, irregardless of how we shoot, which we shoot well. We shoot very well. By the way. But I just want to say that to the kids. It's been an honor to coach them. I'm still going to try to be involved a little bit, but I'm going to miss every week being there with them. And what is our motto? Make the best better. That's right. So I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all very much.
So let me ask you how you raise money to do this stuff?
The 2 shoots that we do at the gun club,
Yeah.
those we raise money on, and then we do a car show every year. That is a fundraiser. So,
Okay.
we roughly raise, $6,000 a year off of those shoots? 5 to 6.
Do the cost, yes.
Yeah, usually.
There is an entry fee that goes to help, because obviously targets and ammo, we provide all of that stuff. We have club guns and club bows so that kids can use that equipment that we have. But yeah.
Then how do they know how to get involved? You send stuff through the school system, I guess?
Yes, and probably February, March, things will start coming out of when we're gonna have our meetings. We do have to cap it off, and we do always have a waiting list. It is an amazing program, and I think the more the word gets out, the more people that want to be involved. So we do have to cap it off for safety, because we have to have a ratio of adult to kid. But the information goes out to all the schools.
And it is also it's not a drop your kid off and come back and pick them back up. The parent stays there with their child. It's a family. It's a family thing. But yeah, they do charge an entry fee when they do the shoots, and the one time when they join at the first of the year, they pay a little bit too.
Okay.
So, and the extension office, they furnish a little bit too, plus the fundraisers. So.
Well, congratulations once again. We're very proud of each and every one of you. And if you all don't mind, we'd like to get a photo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to make a motion for a very brief recess. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a commissioner that has to make a wardrobe change. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. Next item on the agenda, we are proud to have the Benton Women's Club with us today. Paint the Town Pink Day. To welcome you here, ladies. Have a proclamation I'd like to read. Whereas 1 in 8 women nationally is diagnosed with breast cancer each year. Whereas the Benton Women's Club Paint the Town Pink event was developed to help spread awareness and support for our sisters locally who are fighting and or have fought this disease. The Benton Women's Club first brought Paint the Town Pink to Marshall County in 2008 as an awareness walk to celebrate cancer survivors and remember those who are no longer with us. This year, the event is growing and will be more than just a walk. Whereas funds raised during our Paint the Town Pink event help women in Marshall County who are undergoing breast cancer treatments through our PTTP fund. The fund provides either cold therapy gloves or socks or gas cards to women who apply to let them know we support them and we are praying for them. Now, therefore, in recognition of the important work done by the Benton Women's Club, Paint the Town Pink Committee, I, Kevin Spraggs, County Judge Executive of Marshall County, hereby proclaim the last Saturday of September as Paint the Town Pink Day. Ladies, if you'd like to come up, we'd like to get a photo.
Okay, all right, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
What do you want to tell us about? I know there's some other things going on. You want to step up there and tell us about that so those watching Tell us a little bit about what all you have planned.
Okay, well, first off, I want to thank you all for doing this for us. Like I said, it is our 15th year, and we are excited that this year we're doing what we're calling more than just a walk. We are going to have an event at the Children's Arts Center on Saturday, September 30th. It's free for the community. We're going to have vendors there. I mean, lots of fun things. We're going to have candle making, floral bouquet making. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have the Bounce Babes will be there. We're going to have cornhole for the guys. So we've got a lot of things planned just because we want to help spread awareness. We always do this on the last Saturday of September as a jump off for breast cancer awareness month, which is October, as you probably know, and we are just really excited. As a one-year breast cancer survivor, this has become very important to me to help spread awareness, and so you all doing this has been I'm very grateful. I'm just gonna say that. But anyways, I'm going to quit the. But one thing I would like to say is, like I said, this is our 15th year. We started last year the PTTP fund. It's hard to say. I cannot talk. PTTP fund, which is Paint the Town Pink Fund. Where used to, when we would raise money, we would do various things with it. We have bought mammogram cushions and robes at the hospital. We have donated to Lourdes Hospital for cold cap therapy. We have just done a lot of things, but we decided last year that we wanted to do something that really focused on women here in our own community. So we started this PTTP fund, and because like I said, last year I was going through breast cancer treatments. We recognized that cold therapy gloves and socks are very beneficial to help with prevention of neuropathy when you're going through chemo treatments. And that's one of the things that you usually have to buy on your own. Insurance sometimes covers it, lots of times it doesn't. Many of the doctor's offices have some, but they don't have enough there for everybody. So we wanted to offer that as a service, and then also gas cards, because going back and forth to the doctor gets quite expensive. So that's what we're doing with the money, and like I said, it's open to anybody in our community that's going through it, so we encourage people to apply. But anyways, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
I would not be a good representative of Calvert City if I didn't mention that theirs also, the Paint the Town Pink Walk, is, I believe, that next Saturday, October the 6th, and they'll have a ceremony at, I think, 6 o'clock at the Civic Center there in Calvert City, so I'm sure you'll see that in the news too, but they'll have a walk as well. Okay, then I think maybe it's Friday then. It's the 6th, right? Does that sound right? Yeah, Calvert's Paint the Town Pink. Friday, sorry. All right, so sorry. It's Friday the 6th. It's from 5:30 to 7. And then I think the ceremony is at 6 o'clock there at the Civic Center. So.
Okay, thank you. Next up, Brian Cutsinger, EMS Director, Kentucky Office of Homeland Security Grant.
Good morning.
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 I missed the memo on a pink or a blue shirt.
We'll take a picture though if you want.
Yeah.
No, I'm here today because earlier this year we worked on changing the scope of a grant that was originally awarded to E911 for various radio equipment. So we've gone through the process with Homeland Security, submitted them all the documentation to get the scope changed for EMS radios for our crews and for our ambulances. So the scope of change was approved, and so now we have the final contract and everything signed by the judge and Homeland Security. We can proceed with that grant. So I'm here today to begin the process by going out for bid for the radio equipment. The total cost of the total award of the grant was $79,400, and a few of the early quotes that I got just to kind of see how much it would cost to replace all of our radios was right around the same amount. It was around 79 something. So we're going to come in pretty close to where the Homeland Security grant will cover 100% of our radio replacements.
Okay. I need a motion to advertise for bids.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Brian.
Anybody want their picture made with Brian?
Next up, Brittany Hargrove, our Parks Director, and she's going to talk a little bit about the Miracle League.
Yes, so we have now got 2 game days under our belt, and if you haven't been out yet, you've got to come because it's such an amazing experience. My goal for this first season was to have 20 athletes signed up, enough to have 2 teams. We have 44 athletes playing for this first season. We have 4 teams, and what's really cool is that we have 8 counties represented. So we have Marshall, Graves, McCracken, Callaway, Livingston, Lyon, Caldwell, and Hopkins counties. We have them driving from as far as Madisonville, Princeton, Nebo. They're coming in from all over the place to be able to play. We are already getting more and more phone calls about the spring league that we will have because there's so much Special Olympic stuff going on in the fall. So we are anticipating an even larger spring season than what we have now. So that's an awesome thing. The buddies that have been participating, it's so cool. So many of them just signed up for one day, and then they've called back and said, can we come back again? Can you use this for anything next week? We just want to be here. We want to be a part of it. We've got some pictures going up here as well of some of our athletes that are playing, and it's such a cool thing. I have to share the story. There was a little boy who played the first game. He was partnered with a buddy who plays baseball here in Marshall County. And that week, his buddy had a baseball game, and the little boy and his family went to cheer him on at his game. So we've seen lots of cool friendships starting to form from this league, and that's been a really neat thing to watch as well. We have a letter that we received from a parent of a special needs child. Is there anybody who thinks that they can read this without getting emotional? No? Okay, so I'm going to read it, and we'll take as many pauses as we need to. She asked that I share this with everyone who had any part in making this league happen to give you just a different perspective of why this is so important. I don't even know that I can start it just because I already know what it says, but we're going to try. A letter of gratitude. First off, let me first and foremost say, well done, good and faithful servants. Every single person who played even a second in organizing this and making it come to fruition showed exactly what Christ wants us to do, not just today, but every day. Although my son is not old enough or strong enough yet to participate in this event, I pray that when the time comes that he is, it is still happening and thriving. I wanted to write this in hopes to provide a unique perspective from a parent's point of view of just how impactful the Miracle League of Western Kentucky is and this event was. I have no doubt that you all were told, this is what I was talking about, time and time again, just how great it was by countless individuals. But maybe I can give you a more in-depth insight into just how meaningful what you all did for a parent to a special needs child is. You see, all parents want to show off their children for the world to see when they are born. The overload of pictures on Facebook, the posts documenting every second of their lives, the list could go on and on. However, parents of special needs children also have one more thought that resonates with them constantly, and that is hesitation. I'm sure you're wondering why. But as we are all aware and probably have experienced at least once in our lifetime thus far, this world can be a cruel place at times. Although I have been very open and transparent about my son's struggles, a lot of parents are not. In fact, I've met more parents who rarely share their journey that come up to me and say they wish they had the strength to not care what others may think, but they don't. And that breaks my heart every single time. So if they are hesitant to even share their children's journey, imagine how hard it is. Going out in public, or better yet, trying to find places their kids can go and feel belonged and worthy. Monty, you want to take over for a minute? Because I'm done.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you take it from that one.
Okay. See if I can. This morning, that all changed. I have no doubt. I can imagine how I would have been waking up with a smile on my face that's rarely there anymore because of everything we've been going on. I can envision myself running into my child's room so excited that my child could sense something about this day was special, even if they couldn't understand or communicate back. but just seeing their parents smile and love be a little extra, they would know. I can imagine filling up endless buckets with just my tears alone, hearing my child's name being called over a microphone, seeing him walk those bases with his head held higher than ever before, waving at strangers who were making him feel like he was worthy and he belonged. Those parents got to take a deep breath and relax for hours today in that moment. They didn't have to be on guard 24/7 with their heads on a swivel in a state of constant paranoia, feeling like someone was saying something or judging their child. And those parents will never forget this, ever. And neither will all of you that contributed to this wonderful event. So to Brittany and Robin and all the others involved, I just want to say thank you. The stress, the tears, the sleepless nights, the feeling of never thinking you could pull this off. Just know that you did, and you all knocked it out of the park. Forever grateful. Shannon Booth, a mother to a special needs superhero.
There you go. That kind of sums it all up. And fortunately, we laugh and we smile a whole lot more than we get teared up on these game days. But it's truly special. So if you haven't had a chance to come out, we're playing again this Saturday, 9:30 and 10:30. Also, I have to go ahead and tell every single one of you, get your pins out, mark down February the 3rd. That is going to be the next Miracle Gala, which was amazing. Last year was the first year that we had it. We raised just a few $100s short of raising $70,000 in one night for the Miracle League, which is unbelievable, especially in the first year. This year we are moving it to a larger venue. I'm hoping to set an even higher goal for us to be able to bring in this year at that event. So February the 3rd, everybody needs to be there because it's an awesome, fun night. It's basically prom for adults. We have a couple of the kids that come, and I know that was one of the highlights this past year is we had an autographed baseball by Miss Lola, who's one of our athletes, and that was a big auction item. Willow Ross painted a custom canvas, and that one got pretty intense on the bidding wars over that one. But there's lots of fun things that happen at the auction as well. So again, this Saturday, 9:30 and 10:30 out at the CFSB Field of Dreams, and then again, October 14th will be our final game of the season. What's really special too is the community has really just jumped around this. Once again, we had this week Green Acres Healthcare in Mayfield brought over drawstring backpacks for every kid filled with drinks and snacks and goodies. We had a man who was there for the first week of games who was an avid ball card collector, and he put together packs of ball cards for all of our athletes and brought this week to give each player got a pack of ball cards. I know we have a couple of different businesses coming next week, one church and one business coming, and then we've been contacted by a group of local businesses who want to put on an end-of-the-season picnic for all of our athletes and their families after the October game. So it's just a really neat experience. It's a really cool thing, and the fact that it's regional makes it even more special. We've got, like I said, 8 counties represented, but also athletes from a lot of the surrounding school systems are coming and being buddies and making those friendships, and it's just a really special thing to see and be a part of. So thank you all for supporting this for the past, 4 years now, and there's more to come, so don't worry.
Yeah, Brittany, on that more to come, I do want to talk about that just a second. This is, I heard you tell someone that day, and what a blessing that day was for me to be there and witness everything. But what we have now is phase 1.
Yes.
There's more to come. That's part of the reason for this gala fundraiser. We'll be putting in a playground there, concession stand, lighting, and paving the parking lot will unfortunately probably be the last thing because of the construction equipment that will be required to be in there for the rest of it. But I can't wait to see the entire facility completed, and the entire staff at the park department did a phenomenal job preparing that day. I know it was a lot of work. The grounds, the entire park looked fabulous, and I know everyone put in a lot of effort for that. But thank you all.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
And you,
Yes, this Saturday, and then October 14th will be the final game. We have a 2-week break there because of fall break. So yes, the 23rd and then October 14th.
I think, too, as incredible as it was for those athletes and their families, those that were buddies got an incredible blessing out of that. I know my daughter was one of them, and the other one helped with some balloons and stuff. But, you know, they're now getting to see what it takes to volunteer and step up and be a leader in the community. And that part of it was awesome to see, too. And I see all those buddies make posts about it and how great it is. And
Excited they were. I mean,
it was just awesome.
yeah, it was a true excitement, and that was so cool. You know, one thing we do is for any of our buddies, we require anybody over the 18 to do a background check. Anybody under the age of 18, we require that they get a letter of recommendation from a coach, an administrator, or a teacher. And so I think it's cool on a couple of different levels. Of course, we want to make sure that whoever we're putting out there with our athletes is good. But it's also teaching those high school students early on the importance of making an impression on your teachers, and how you present yourself and how you do in school can affect you, you know, maybe in a job search later on, because this required that recommendation from them. So we've heard feedback on that aspect as well, that was another good thing that came from this, is that students were able to see how that process can impact them, you know, later on too. So that was really neat as well.
Hey, one last thing, Brittany. I know the gala is scheduled for February 3rd. When can someone start to buy tickets on that? We anticipate that being,
Yes.
it is being moved to the dam,
Yes.
but we do anticipate that being sold out. So I want to encourage everyone to get their tickets as soon as they can. So
Yes,
what
so
can you tell us about
last year
that?
we sold out at 230 tickets sold. This year we'll be upping that immensely. October 14th is the last game day, like I said, for the Miracle League. We're going to open up sponsorships and ticket sales and everything at that point. So
Okay.
at the last day of the Miracle League games on October 14th, we'll be passing out sponsorship information that day. We'll also be sending that out to all of our sponsors from last year. And I already have a list at the Parks Department right now of, I believe we're at over 12 people that have already said they want to sponsor a table. So if you're out there and you already know you're going to want to sponsor a table, it's fine to go ahead and call us and get put on that list. So as soon as we open it up, you're the first ones to know. If we did it the way we did last year, we sell as many table sponsorships as we can first. And then once that's complete, we'll open it up to individual ticket sales. So your best bet is to get together with some people and sponsor a table, as opposed to waiting for those individual ticket sales to open up, because if it's like it was last year, we didn't have many individual tickets to be able to sell.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of fun also. I was fortunate to be able to do the auction last year, and I certainly had a ball with that.
Absolutely. And also, too, if there are any businesses out there who know that they want to go ahead and donate something for the auction, it's not too early to go ahead and contact us and let us know about that, so we can start that. We keep a spreadsheet going of things that people call in and let us know that they're going to be donating. So it's never too early to go ahead and get us that information.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Our next guest is, and I think Andy has something he's going to read, Sheila Day with 911.
Well, what we just saw is going to be hard to follow, but Sheila's the right person to follow that, because she is a picture of humility, and what we're getting ready to talk about, she would deflect the credit for herself and distribute it to her staff. But yes, a little bit about our acting director. 911 Director Sheila Day went, was it last week or week before last? Time flies. The Kentucky Emergency Numbers Association and the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials had their annual conference in Louisville. And at their banquet, they give out their annual awards. And this year, they awarded Sheila with the Kentucky 911 Director of the Year. So I'm going to re-award with her. Yeah. I call it the Sheila Heisman. Annual pose, okay?
Please do the Heisman pose. Please.
Andy was right. I would much rather deflect this to our team of dispatchers, because if you're recognized for something like this, it's usually because your team's been through some hard things. And we've definitely been through a lot in the past couple of years. And I am just so proud that I get to be even just a small part of that team who does answer the calls and does deal with the stress. And they are so empathetic and compassionate with their callers, and they're here because they love our community. And I just hope that I get to continue being a supportive role of those amazing individuals. So I'm thankful for this, but I'm thankful because it brings recognition to our agency and our county and the valuable resources and the people that we have here to serve our community. So thank you.
Thank you. Don't run on.
Again?
Under old business, approval of the minutes from September 5th, 2023 meeting. Need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2023-15, amendment to admin code, first reading. Mr. Pagel, you're up.
Sharpshooters are going to really enjoy this. Okay. We are going to have the first reading for the ordinance number 2315, an amendment to the ordinance 2022-06. It's relating to the administrative code and amendment thereof. Whereas the County of Marshall adopted an admin code by Marshall County on June 21st, 2016. Whereas it was determined that certain provisions should be amended and or deleted to the code. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of Marshall County that the following amendments are made to the Administrative Code of Marshall County. We're amending Section 2.3D to remove the county judge or the fiscal court may cause the records and accounts of any administrative agency to be examined at any time. In its place, we're going to amend 2.3D to add financial statements showing current standing from all non-constitutional agencies and boards shall be submitted to the Judge Executive's office twice per year, no later than the end of March in the spring and no later than the end of September in the fall. We're going to amend Section 5.1, definitions, to add to exempt employee, chief deputy jailer, and jail nurse. We're going to amend Section 5.3D to remove all of the salaries that reflected last year's fiscal year because there's been a cost of living allowance. With special attention, we're removing the right column that clarifies exempt and non-exempt because that is clarified in the definition of exempt employee already. So it would be redundant and inconsistent. We're amending Section 5.3D, here's the new information, to add the different salary points. And for each category, I'm going to name 3 numbers. The first number is a minimum, the second number is a midpoint, and the third number is a maximum. Senior department heads, 2623, 3361, and 41. Department head 3, 2280, 2922, and 3565. Department head 2, 2078, 2598, and 3119. Department head 1, 1963, 2454, 2944. Supervisor 2, 1846, 2310, 2770. Supervisor 1, 1721, 2477. Professional staff, 1566, 1910, 2252. Staff 4, 1492, 1775, 2059. Staff 3, 1387, 1650, and 1915. Staff 2, 1355, 1573, and 1792. Staff 1, 1288, 1497, and 1708. Amending Section 5.7A3 to defining of seasonal or temporary or seasonal employees. The temporary of seasonal position, which coincide with duration of a particular season or season of the year, and that may recur regularly from year to year, in which the case period of time shall not exceed, we're removing 6 months in any consecutive 12-month period. We're making that 9 months. Section 5.32A, adding, and I'll read this whole thing with the addition emphasized. 5.32A, the county pays non-exempt employees time and a half for all hours earned over 40 hours in a work week. Adding, earned paid time leave includes sick, pre-approved vacation, and holiday shall be considered earned hours in relation to overtime pay. All overtime shall be approved by the department head or appointing authority. Amending section 5.33F, there shall be no smoking or vaping in county vehicles regardless of whether windows are rolled down or open. This prohibition includes any county vehicle that has an enclosed cab, such as a backhoe or gradall or other. Amending 5.38C, the disciplinary procedure. We're adding 20 as grounds for discipline. Abandonment of position. Whether an employee has abandoned a position may be determined using all relevant factors, including but not limited to failing to report to work, failing to maintain contact with supervisors or other appropriate county personnel, moving residents to the extent a daily commute is not reasonable, turning in keys or equipment, cleaning out work, space or personal effects, etc. Abandonment may be classified and treated as a termination or voluntary resignation depending on all relevant circumstances. Okay. Amending section 5E5 in the drug testing process to add 5 more tests, going from an 11-panel test to a 16-panel urine test. And we are going to add buprenorphine, ecstasy, alcohol, fentanyl, trazodone, and synthetic THC. Do I need to name the other 11? It's already there. Those are just the changes, yes, sir. Amended the drug-free workplace policy, section 13A, Roman numeral 13A. Removing employee assistance program and replacing it with substance abuse treatment. Okay? And adding that employees are encouraged to voluntarily seek treatment if substance use or abuse is an issue. And removing the county provides a level of care through its employee assistance program. All employees shall be given information about the EAP, including phone numbers at the time of his or her orientation. It provides a list of phone numbers to contact. We are removing that. Amending the information technology standards and guidelines for social media section to add in social media the posting or sharing of any sensitive or protected privileged information to social media, such as text, audio, photograph, video, etc., and including information that might be subject to some type of investigation related to your employment with the Marshall County Fiscal Court is grounds for disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment. The first reading of this ordinance will be held today, September 19th.
Thank you, Mr. Pagel. Next item, ordinance 2023-18, budget amendment, second reading. Eric?
Ordinance 2023-18, an ordinance related to the annual budget and amendment thereof, whereas the County of Marshall has received additional funds. Now be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of Marshall County that Section 1, the annual budget for fiscal year 2023-2024 is amended to A, increase the following revenue accounts. General Fund cash balance July 1, $6,547. General Fund miscellaneous, $1,000. Calvert plant reimbursement, $681.98. General Fund surplus equipment, $13,572.50. Sheriff Fund cash balance July 1, $64,962 for a total increase of revenue accounts of $86,763.48. B, increase the following expenditure accounts. OEM maintenance repair, $1,500. Capital Project Sanitation Emergency Repairs, $2,047. Other county buildings maintenance supplies, $3,000. OEM Safety Supplies and Training, $1,000. OEM Emergency Notification Software Code Red, $681.98. Fiscal Court Enterprise Vehicle Lease, $13,572.50. Sheriff's Admin Expenses Storage Container, $5,900. Sheriff's Deputy Expense Supplies Tasers, $49,312. Sheriff's Deputy Expense Equipment SRT, $9,750 for a total increase of expenditure accounts of $86,763.48. Section 2, the amounts added to the revenue and expenditure accounts in Section 1 are for governmental purposes. Approved by the Marshall County Fiscal Court the 15th of August, 2023. Approved as to form and classification the 6th day of September 2023 by Robert O. Brown, State Local Finance Officer. This amendment to the budget ordinance was adopted by the Marshall County Fiscal Court, Kentucky on this, the 19th day of September 2023.
Need a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 2023-18.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Draffinville property, I always refer to that former Lions Club building. Through the transfer process, it's been brought to my attention, there's an additional lot attached to that. And so I need a motion. I'll just go ahead and make this, and it might make it a little easier. I'm going to make a motion to amend the motion of the May 16th meeting to deed the Draffinville Community Building to the Marshall County Board of Education to include the building as well as the adjoining lot.
It's a vacant lot,
Used to be a pond.
about a quarter acre. Yeah.
I'll second it.
Oh, half acre, .538.
It's on the right side of the property if you're facing the road. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, the bid opening for the judicial building preventive maintenance contract. We had terminated the relationship with the previous company, and Andy has those.
Okay, I've got them in alphabetical order. We'll just open those up. The first from Mertco HVAC Services. The total price for that one is $8,990. Triangle HVAC. $11,205. West Kentucky Industrial. $26,927.
Okay, so we have $8,990 from Mertco, $11,205 from Triangle, and $26,927 from West Kentucky Industrial.
Move we accept the Mertco bid.
Second.
Motion second. Is there discussion? I do have just a little bit say on this. This is, Corey, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is right at half what we were paying previously with company we terminated the relationship with. So that thrills me anytime we can save money. So motion second. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Also need a motion for me to sign the contract with them after Jason has reviewed and approved that.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a board appointment for the cemetery board. Need a motion to appoint Stacy Ragsdale to the cemetery board to fill the vacated position of Mark Reynolds, the term to expire 6/30/25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I will say, after reading that, her information at least, that has been a good choice for you to make, to put those out there for people that don't know about board appointments, maybe, and apply, because she was very detailed in why she would be good in that position, and I thought that was great to have. So
Making everyone aware and getting people who want to serve is huge.
Yep.
Okay, the KOHS Cybersecurity Grant, this is something that Andy Lepstow is applying for. Need a motion to sign the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Reschedule the October 17th meeting. Need a motion to reschedule that one to October 23rd at 9 a.m.
October 23rd.
I'll make that motion because it's my fault.
Second.
We will
Because
be
it's Monty's
in
fault.
meetings.
I think Commissioner McGuire seconded it because you
was
admitted
your
something was your
fault.
fault, so, anyway. Any discussion? You good with that, Commissioner Barrett?
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we need to reschedule
I guess I'll have to do this next one.
the
your
November
fault, isn't
7th, the November
7th, yeah.
to the 9th.
That would probably be smart anyway. It's election day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'll be traveling back from Colorado, hopefully with a big elk on the trailer.
Okay. So I need a motion to move the November 7th meeting to November 9th, still at 9 a.m.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
While we're on that, don't forget that we got the special meeting October 2nd, 6th.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I need to.
Putting our calendar.
Yeah, just a reminder to everyone, October 2nd at 6 o'clock, we'll be having a special called meeting here pertaining to the future of the Marshall County senior citizens. And I'm hoping all of our mayors will be here to join us as well. I know Representative Freeland's going to try to be here, schedule allowing, and also Senator Carroll. So hope we have a good turnout for that. That'll be key and moving forward. Lake Murray Drive petition, we've received a petition pertaining to that. Need to appoint road reviewers, like to appoint Roy Watkins and Andy Pagel. Whoops.
I don't, from what I'm seeing, all I see is our signatures that were turned in. I don't see the actual petition page, unless it's somewhere else. Yeah. So we don't really know what they're asking for. Okay. So they need to supplement that with the actual petition itself to let us know what they're asking for.
Okay.
Specifically.
Corey will reach back out to them. What about the other ones?
And that one was also deficient. It lacks the sufficient number of signatures, and it's a petition for discontinuance of a portion of BM Blankenship Lane, but it does not say what portion they are
Okay.
wishing to discontinue. So they need to supplement that as well.
Okay. We will move on from those. Next item on here, when we started the year off, January 1, we had several vehicles on the lease program with Enterprise. And that is set up where we can buy those out, and that's the thing to do on our end from a numbers standpoint. I don't know how many of those we have gotten off of Enterprise to date. We've got several of them paid for. Very proud of that. We want to be done with that as soon as we can. But recently, due to some personnel changes, we have the opportunity to use those funds, and the initial number of those vehicles we were going to be able to pay off, I think we have 16 to date still with Enterprise, was 8, but after digging into that a little deeper, eliminating those 8 will cut the monthly payment that we have budgeted for that. So once you calculate that, that's going to allow us to actually pay off 2 more. So asking the court for a motion to use those funds to pay off 10 of the Enterprise vehicles.
Okay, so you're saying all of the money that would go towards that salary, will pay a portion of it, and then the monthly payments from here until
Yes.
June 30th would be the rest of that?
Yes, the salary portion will take care of 8 of them, and the reduced payment amount between now and the end of the fiscal year will be enough to take care of 2 more of them.
So just logistically, I guess we're taking monthly payments, or whether it be monthly for that salary and insurance and whatever, or monthly payments to Enterprise, but we're taking that all at one time right now and paying it all down, right? So we're fine, you know what I'm saying? So you'd normally be getting money in on a monthly basis that pays that, but we have, I'm assuming, well enough to be able to do all of that up front.
What I get from your question is you're asking about cash flow, and we have the cash flow to do it.
Yes. Okay, that's. The other thing is I just think of course, we will need to start. I know you. I brought up the budget already yesterday when you walked in. I was not expecting you to walk in as I was doing that, but we'll have to obviously change our thought process as it is back to what it was before of how many do we need to plan for going forward. I guess the good thing is the majority of all those are within a couple of years old.
Yeah, we've got a fairly new fleet.
Right.
I think we do need to sit down and come up with a plan to replace X number each year, and that'll have to be evaluated on an individual basis. Roy, will be giving us the data for the road department vehicles, and the rest of it, Andy and the other department heads will sort through. But yeah, we need to come up with a plan, whether it's 2, 3, 4, or whatever each year to replace them, so we don't get in this situation ever again.
Yeah. And then Are these sheriff's department vehicles?
No,
Have we got
they're
all,
not.
oh, they're all our?
Yes.
The court, okay. So as far as the sheriff's department, are we, they're fully still all enterprise vehicles,
As
right?
far as I know,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, okay,
Except for the ones we already owned prior to 2019.
yeah, gotcha,
They already owned.
yeah,
They.
yeah.
And we've paid, some of these off early on by turning some vehicles in and getting a payout on them that were not needed. So we've got rid of a couple of vehicles that were
Gotcha.
not needed.
Okay.
Anyway. That also they charge fees also monthly for the vehicles being under their umbrella. So we're eliminating that and eliminating debt, which I'm very excited about.
So it'll just be an appropriation transfer, not an amendment. You won't have to do an amendment.
We already have a budget amendment that has one item on it
Oh,
that's
okay.
related to this, but, yes, there are lines on our appropriation transfer for today that would help facilitate this
Okay.
if you guys vote to pay that off. And, since I'm talking, so the dollar amount here, for these vehicles is 103,618.80 as of the estimate here. So if you make a motion, we kind of talked to Jason a little bit, do include a dollar amount. You could do up to 105,000 in case we are a little off on our estimate here.
I guess the other, the other piece to this is the department head has made it clear that that is not a position that is needed to be filled between now and the next budget, right? Okay. All right. I move to allow us to pay up to $105,000 of our enterprise vehicles off from that excess funds of the
Personnel.
payment and the personnel change.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next up, we have new hires. Mr. Pagel's going to read those.
Okay. The park is wanting to hire a maintenance position. Michael Stroud, a new hire full-time at a rate of $13.50 an hour. The 911 dispatch, Sheila would like to hire a telecommunicator, Karen Bray, for part-time position at a rate of $18 an hour.
The new hire at the park is replacing someone that termed. And what about the one at 911? Andy says just
It is
part-time. We're
a-
short
yes.
staff. We've had one or two leave, so. Someone needs separate motions on that. Need a motion to approve, first of all, the E911 part-time hire, Karen Bray, effective 9/19.
So move.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the Park Department full-time new hire, Michael Stroud, at 13 per hour, effective 9/19 also.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Oh, the. The pay on the park employee is actually $13.50. Jason, do I need to do a correction in the motion? Yeah. Okay. Let me go about that one. Do a motion to amend the motion to $13.50 an hour instead of 13 for the park department new hire, Michael Stroud.
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Tax rates. This has been something that took us a little bit to get through, but we got there, and I'm proud to say that everyone's taking compensating rates. We've got tax cuts across the board, and I'm very proud of that. The Fiscal Court led the way on that initially, and hospital, health department, and library also joined us on that. So I'll turn that over to you, please.
Okay, in the last meeting, you all approved separately, an approval for each separate one. Our general fund rate, the library district rate, the refuse district, the extension district, and the soil conservation district. So, the taxing jurisdictions that the fiscal court still needs to have individual votes on are the health department and the hospital. Health department's compensating rate 6.5, and that is the rate that their board has remitted to me. So that's the first one.
Move we approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and the other was the hospital district, 3.6, that is compensating rate, and that is the amount that the board has returned to me.
Move we approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, now I will read our entire tax order. It has all of the ones we've already approved on it, as well as the fire districts. Marshall County Fiscal Court Order 2023 tax rates and order relating to the adoption of 2023 Marshall County tax rates. Whereas the Kentucky State Revenue Cabinet has certified the Marshall County property assessments as follows. Real estate, $2,444,804,050. Tangible personal property, $290,539,372. Public service companies, both real and personal, $120,503,704. Motor vehicles, $380,979,549. Watercraft, $46,435,137. Aircraft, $250,984. Watercraft non-commercial, $1,429,461. Inventory and transit, $125,368,158. Other agricultural products, $514,300. Now, therefore, it is ordained by the Fiscal Court of Marshall County, Kentucky, Section 1, in accordance with KRS 68.245 through 68.249, there is levied for the year 2023 the general ad valorem tax per 100 assessed valuation on all taxable property within the jurisdiction for the general fund and such additional tax rates for each special district or other fund as indicated below. I'll read first the real estate tax rate and then the tangible personal rate for each jurisdiction. General fund, 8.3, 8.3. Health district, 6.5, 6.5. Hospital district, 3.6, 4.4. Library district, 8.6, 9.65. Refuse district, 6.9, 7.36. Extension district, 1.6, 1.65. Soil conservation, 0.6. Nothing tangible personal. Gilbertsville Fire, 8.5, 8.5. East Marshall Fire, 9.4, 9.4. Possum Trot Sharp, 6.8, 6.8. Bryansburg, Palma, 10, 10. West Marshall Fire, 8.25, 8.25. Fair Dealing Olive, 10, 10. South Marshall Fire, 9.5, 9.5. Section 2, in accordance with KRS 132.487, there is levied for the year 2023 the tax rate of 11.2 cents per $100 of the taxable value of motor vehicles, watercrafts registered in Marshall County. Section 3, in accordance with KRS 5, there is levied for the year 2023 the tax rate of 25 thousandths of 1% on bank deposits held by all financial institutions within the County of Marshall. Section 4, this order shall be published in the Tribune Courier newspaper by title and summary within 30 days following adoption. Section 5, this order becomes effective upon passage and publication. Order passed on this, the 19th day of September 2023.
We'll say one that we didn't mention too is the refuse, which was a substantial
Oh, yeah.
decrease in their rate too, like 8.2 to 6.9 or something.
Yes, they
so.
did. Refuse also. Just briefly explain, anyone listening, that I know you're excited, we were able to do tax cuts, but the reason we were able to is important. We had a little over $200 million of an increase in taxable real property in the county. So that allowed us to cut the rate while still receiving relatively the same revenue that we need to operate. So that's a reason behind that. That is some serious growth there. Some of it was driven by the real estate market. Some of it was driven by new construction. A lot of what's being rebuilt is bigger, and therefore, more tax dollars attached to that, taxed accordingly. So just wanted to touch on that briefly. Next item, ordinance 20. Oh, I'm sorry.
The order is
Okay.
approved.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the tax rate order.
So move.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Those of us who are in the $200 million increase, by the way, will not see a decrease in your tax bill, but at least you'll have a decrease in your tax rate. So, I'm just saying so that people out there, if your tax bill does go up, it's because of the value, not the tax rate. How about that?
Yes.
Because I'm certain mine is going up.
I got to participate in that myself.
I did participate myself as well.
There it is, reassessed. Okay, ordinance 2023-19, budget amendment, first reading. Ms. Erica?
Okay, ordinance 2023-19, an ordinance relating to the annual budget and amendment thereof, whereas the County of Marshall has received additional funds. Now be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of Marshall County that Section 1, the annual budget for fiscal year 2023-2024 is amended to A, increase the following revenue accounts. Road surplus $15,050. Surplus equipment $16,785. The Sheriff's Fund cash balance July 1, $14,000. General Fund cash balance July 1, $15,100. NRCS debris removal reimbursement $529,573.50. Transfer out $529,573.50. Transfer into the General Fund $529,573.50. Surplus equipment, $33,155.84. Transfer out of the general fund, $33,155.84. Transfer into the road fund, $33,155.84. B, increase the following expenditure accounts. Road reserves, $15,050. County parks equipment, $16,785. Sheriff's Office tech software, $14,000. Sanitation fine, $12,000. Sanitation capital projects, $3,100. Lease payment, CFSB, $529,573.50. Fiscal Court enterprise vehicle lease, $6,000. Equipment, $27,155.84. For a total increase expenditure accounts of $623,664.34. The amounts added to the revenue and expenditure accounts in Section 1 are for governmental purposes, approved by the Marshall County Fiscal Court the 19th day of September 2023.
Okay, thank you, Erica. Next item, Fiscal Court 2021 audit.
Still me, sorry. Okay. The audit is on your drive. That's the 2021 audit. It was performed by Romaine and Company. So part of what happens every year with an audit is that if we have an outside auditor complete our audit, once they're done, they send it to the state APA's office. The state APA reviews, goes back and forth and says any changes they want, it's finalized, and then the state auditor releases it and says that it's final and complete. So this has been released to us from Romaine as final and complete. There are findings at the end. There's findings every year. Some of these findings are repeat findings on this audit from prior years that we've gotten taken care of. However, we were delayed a little bit on our 2020 audit, so that's put us behind a little bit. And so even though we changed some findings on the 2020 audit, the changes didn't happen until maybe fiscal year 22 or 23. And so up until we pass that point, there'll be repeat findings. But you can review that and look that over. If you have any questions, you're free to come by my office and we can look over anything you want. Our 2022 audit should begin now. It is being completed by, she's out of Louisville. I've suddenly forgotten her name, but you guys chose her a couple of months ago. And then our audit of the year following that will be done by the state APA's office. Tammy Patrick and Associates is her name.
So this is at the point that we can or have already sent to Moody's?
Yes, it was sent the day it was released.
Okay.
Immediately sent.
All right, good.
Yes.
Need a motion to accept it?
Motion to accept, is there a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Transfers, Erica, you're still up.
Yeah, I should just stay in front of this mic, shouldn't I? Okay. All right, so we'll do the appropriation transfers first. First, we have a transfer out of where we kind of keep our ARPA funding until it goes into the individual projects into the Oak level. We have a bill that needs to be paid, and then we'll have some more coming in. We have some movement into some lines for sanitation, two sanitation bills that we have. We're taking that out of reserves. Once the budget amendment that I just read the first reading of is passed, we'll be able to put that back, but those bills need to be paid now to be within the 30-day window that we're required to pay. And then the final portion there is what we just discussed when we talked about doing enterprise payoffs. The transient tax transfer is $87.
Move we approve the appropriation transfers.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, so for the bank transfers, I have two transfers out of the occupational tax. Both are into the general fund. One is for the general fund, one is for the sheriff, which lives in the general fund bank account. And those are budgeted OTA subsidies.
Move we approve the bank transfers.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Payment of the bills.
Motion pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills. There's a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We have no executive session. I just need a motion to
You want to take
adjourn.
another picture just for the,
For no
like an
second.
adjournment picture or something?
So moved.
The second.
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 Motion second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.